Okay, let's try again. Second time around. Is anybody there? Connecting to chat, it's not working. Hello? What is going on? I can't see anything. Multi-stream. Oh, so this is interesting. Oh God, someone is ringing us. Multi-stream Facebook. I've got Facebook's come up. Hi everybody. For some unknown reason I need Twitch on. Is anybody coming through on Twitch? Can't see us, guys. It says it won't connect to chat. I can see it bopping up there on the screen, but like nothing else is happening. Right, I'll have to come back out and come back in. I'm so sorry about this. It's got only Psychic LJ subscribers can chat right now. Subscribe to join in. Right, you have to subscribe. Chat not working tonight on Twitch. Okay, Sharon. That is so weird. I think they're messing with us. So this is interesting. Hello guys. For some unknown reason, I've got the chat what's come up for Facebook and YouTube. Give us 2 minutes. Somebody's ringing us. Someone's ringing us. Give us 2 minutes. Can I get back to you? It's just I'm on live stream. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. I'll get started then. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Well, I'm just having one of them Louise moments. That was a lovely gentleman from the Netherlands saying that Twitch won't work, right? So you have to subscribe. Everybody who's watching us on Twitch now, if you can't comment in the comment section, subscribe to Twitch. Just subscribe. It's free. Everything's free. Hiya, Lance. So what's happened is, Lance, that I've gone multi-stream and then I've got Facebook, YouTube is come up on here. I can't see anybody on Twitch. Let's just check it on there. So I don't know why that's happening. I think I need staff. I think I need somebody to help us. I had all three, I thought, and I'm streaming through Twitch, so work that one out. But everybody, there's the guys just told us that if you subscribe, they can see us on Twitch. So maybe you can comment through YouTube. If you can't comment through Twitch, I'll have to figure this out. So you've got us on Twitch and YouTube, Jan. That's good. Let me get a cup of coffee. Please, yeah, man. How is everybody? How's everybody doing? I just thought I would add another one in. And the reason why it didn't go through YouTube through the week, it was because the streaming thing I use, it was disconnected, so I had to connect it again. Whoa, that is going fast. Hello? The Twitch. Right. 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 Oh yes, it's fine. I can't see any comments from anybody on Twitch. That's just so strange. It's just coming through as YouTube and Facebook. I know, but I'll get back to it and we'll figure this out. I'll have to figure this out. But I think I'm streaming on a lot of different sites. But anyway, I'll get back to it and thank you. Bye. Bye. Well, hello guys. This is the crazy house. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. And yeah, let's get started. We've got 374 in. Let me see what's happening here. Give us 2 minutes. So if it's streaming on YouTube, I can't see it. And normally I would see it. Very strange. So it's like it's all got twisted up. Let's just calm down from this till I start doing my will predictions. So it seems like we've got a lot of comments coming in on YouTube, commenting. So you must be watching us through YouTube, but I can't see it. I can't see myself on YouTube on my mobile phone. Really strange. And Twitch, I can't see any comments from Twitch. So I'll have to change the subscribers, and it means coming out of here. If I do that, I might lose you guys, and I don't want to do that. I could try. Give us 2 minutes. It could take us ages. Twitch has got twisted. Something's twisted. So I'm seeing the comments from Facebook and YouTube, but I can't see any comments from Twitch. And I can't see myself on YouTube. It's not coming through, so I don't know how yous are seeing us. So I'm live on Facebook and Twitch, but not on YouTube. Is that right? Can anybody see us on YouTube? No. So I'm not on YouTube. It's coming on YouTube also. Why can't I see it? I think I'm stuck in some sort of time zone or something. Lance said he has us on YouTube. But is so weird. So I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on Twitch, and I'm live on... Okay. Let's get started. How yous all doing? Hey? Now, you're going to have to ask us questions because I don't even know what's going on. I've been that busy all week. I couldn't even tell you. I managed to, as you know, get another looking glass out. But I just know that there's a strange atmosphere at the minute, isn't there? Something's definitely going down or something's happening. Something's definitely happening. And it's sort of godly. It's sort of in the atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? So just get yourselves all comfortable and we're just going to go very woo-woo tonight. I've got my crystal ball. I've got it here. Now where's my little bell gone? My little Michael bell. Did you like the reading yesterday? You can see us on YouTube. I can see your comments on YouTube. But the poor Twitches, I can't see the Twitches. So strange that. I think we're being messed about. We really, really are. We really, really are. Definitely getting messed about with algorithms. There's been a lot of YouTuber friends I've got who have had the same thing. Algorithms are getting frozen. You know, I'm feeling, with us being an empath, I can feel like we're under the spotlight. They're watching every little teensy weensy thing we're saying, and you've got to be so careful. You know, something's going off behind YouTube. I don't know what's going on at the minute. Something's definitely going off, and you've got all the banks and... Subbing isn't free. I'll have to change it. I'm so sorry about that. If you want to comment, you'll have to come onto YouTube and comment on there. I'm so sorry about that. I'll change it after this stream. Because if I come out now to change it, I'm frightened to press anything. I could lose yous. So, what I can't get is that you're saying that I'm on YouTube and I can't see it. That's what I find is really, really strange. Oh, thank you. I've had a really nice day today. What's happened? I went to see my mum and dad. Obviously, as you know, that my mum and dad's divorced, but they're still friends. Ethan came over because it was his birthday the other day, and we all got together with Ethan's fiancée, and we had a nice time. I had like a little sort of tea party and that, and Ethan sung some songs because Ethan's got Paul's guitar. Paul taught him how to play the guitar, and he's really good. In fact, I love the song he sang, Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis. I would like to use it for my intro for YouTube. So yeah, it was just nice to be with them. Do you know what I mean? And with them getting older, they get my mum and dad, they're getting vulnerable and that. And you just got to grab the time you can when they're getting on. Ethan's Paul's son, my brother, my dear brother, late brother. It's his one and only son, Ethan. So if you check the shorts out on YouTube, he sings with his guitar. But I like Heartbreak Hotel. And I've asked him if I can use his song to use it for an intro. So Joan Baker likes the link, likes the stream. I don't understand it at the minute. Looks like YouTube is only slightly behind Twitch feed now. Better it was if you refresh it. How do I do that? Refresh it. I've lost yous now. I'm frightened to touch anything. I've lost yous, guys. Sugar. I've completely lost yous. It's not better. I've lost yours completely. Whoa. It's a dress. It's like a 1960s dress. I like sort of like retro stuff. Weather is really strange in the UK. Ethan's lovely, isn't he? Ethan's nearly 7 foot, you know. I've refreshed it. So there's time warps going on. There's all sorts of strange things going on. You know, this movie, what's happening within the political system. I mean, my good God. Where do you start? So I'm just going to go with it tonight, guys. And we'll just see what comes up. As you know, you can't ask the crystal ball. You can't ask the crystal ball. You know, it's just got to give what comes out with the scrying. Hiya, Hamish. Elon Musk has just bought Spotify. Right. Oh yes, I've got to do my Michael thing. So for everybody in this circle tonight, we do healing. It's a bit like a spiritualist church, isn't it, guys? We come together, join this beautiful light circle to send healing and to lift the vibration across the planet. And I'm going to invoke all the angels in and my guides before we start, so we get the true answers. So we get healing for everybody, and if anybody needs any healing, you can write the names in the stream of who you need healing for, or in the comment section afterwards, and they will receive healing. This is timeless. And then we're going to delve deep tonight. We're going to look into world events and see what's going on. Okay. So sit back and relax. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. Please, angels, give us true answers tonight from Source. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, anybody from the fairy realm, any deities, angelic beings, on world, off world, any star beings who would like to come forward, either alive, who want to telecommunicate, or who are coming through from the astral world, the spirit world, to give us the true answers. May peace be with us all. Thank you. Okay. Seems like a lot of people need healing in the audience tonight. I want to say that we're on the edge of change, guys. We're on the edge of change. Okay, let's see what the crystal ball has to say tonight. So sit back and relax. Okay. Oh, I'm saying something about a volcano. And I am very drawn to Iceland, and also weather disruptions, what possibly could take place more so over the next couple of months, couple of weeks as well. I'm getting Iceland. I'm very drawn to Indonesia with a big outbreak or some big news there. And I'm also drawn to Japan. This is where I want to send healing and blessings. I'm also feeling earthquake around the China region. And I feel it's as if it's like Mother Gaia and she's getting so angry, you know. There's ley lines around Earth, and we've always thought that we're the conscious beings and animals and plants and trees aren't consciousness, but I believe that God's within everything living. Like I know a lot of you do feel that. It's like a blinking hotline in here. I've got people messaging us in for readings. Okay. So she's feeling it. As we are shifting, she is shifting. And I feel tonight like I want to send healing and blessings and protection out to the trees of Earth. Straight away, I'm getting a connection with the grandmother, great-grandmother oak tree. I think we're going to get some channeling tonight, guys. So if anybody didn't see my last stream, not the last stream, the stream before, I ended up streaming a grandfather octopus, which was very interesting. But the animals and the trees are worried. They really, really are. So as we start to ascend, we start to connect, and there'll be a lot of people with you all in the audience who are starting to feel energies more than ever. You probably already have, but you're feeling more connected than ever with the trees and the animals. Some of you may be animal communicators, or you feel like you can just connect by hugging a tree, that type of thing. Bjorn in the audience, weather in Iceland is unusually cold, -25. It is for you, Bjorn, bless you. Okay. But something seems strange with the sea as I'm looking into this crystal ball. There's like unusual activity. Some of the sea is very still, like it's waiting for something. As I'm scanning around this in this crystal ball, and some of it looks like it's waiting for something big to happen. Like a fault line. And I want to send healing out to Gaia tonight, that she is okay. So as we start to ascend, we start to want to protect our planet, do what's right. And as you know, there's a big divide, and everything became very political, and it got pushed into the light community with indifferences on things. Everything got infested. But I do believe that Gaia does need protected. She really, really does. So see if it is natural or it's not natural, it is happening. And I have said this before, I've had some strange burnt out plants in my garden, and I've been talking to a few people this week and they've had the same thing with burnt out trees and that. So something strange is happening. Something very strange is happening. Okay, so as I look into this crystal ball, I'm getting, there's going to be some big news or announcements coming in around Elon Musk, so watch for that. I'm feeling no more than 5 to 6, it could be 5 to 6 days, 5 to 6 weeks, so watch for that. There's also going to be some huge news coming out with the White House to do with around Biden. And I don't feel he's well, guys. I really don't feel he's well. Things aren't what they seem. Let's have a look. There's more disruption coming out with more banks. Then there's going to be some big news to come out with the housing market. We could be heading for a crash. I hope it doesn't happen, but it looks, I felt if it is going to happen, I feel that there's something else happening behind the scenes. Something will be happening behind the scenes. So if it does drop, then it'll quickly rise up again. And it'll be round about that time, there will be a quick switch over. I'm also getting Trudeau, and he's bouncing out this crystal ball as well. Let me pull some cards out on Trudeau. I'm just going with the flow tonight, guys. Yeah, you can get bamboo toilet roll, can't you? Bamboo toilet roll. I've never used it. I was going to try some, but it's quite expensive, guys. Maybe I need to look into it. Right. Trudeau. Big announcements coming in with Trudeau, and I see Trudeau leaving. There's like an announcement coming in. You know how people were asking us about the lady with New Zealand, and I was saying, well, I'm not worried because I don't see her there for much longer. There's going to be changes, and I was right. The same thing's happening with Trudeau. I just get like a weird feeling like his heart's not in it, or does he want to be there? There's going to be big announcements, big changes coming in. Big changes coming in. So the Five of Pentacles is a loss. The Five of Swords is a loss. There's something huge coming out to do with the Canadian government there very, very soon. Round about the time there's going to be some big news with Trump. So remember that. There's going to be some big news with Trump coming out round about that time as well. Hiya, Louie. Hiya, Michelle. Michelle's got a big oak tree, pine trees. So it's all very interesting. Let's see why he's leaving. Because like what they say and what's going on behind the scenes is a totally different thing, isn't it? I think there's family issues going on with him, or there's something going on. I feel somebody's pulling his strings. I feel it's as if there's somebody telling him what to say, what to do, as you know. And I just think that he wants to go on to something different, completely different. That's what I feel. I'd be very surprised if you don't get big news no later than November with Trudeau, but it could come in earlier. It's coming through quite strong, guys. Coming through really strong. But there's news to do with the woman around him. I don't know what's going on there. So that's interesting. So watch for big news coming out with Trudeau. Now somebody in the audience there's just asked us to look into the 15-minute cities, and I'll get back to the scrying in a minute. I did cover it, but I'll look into it for you in my last stream. Let's see. I've just had a flash there of Harry and Meghan, and people were saying, oh no, he's not going to go to the coronation, and there's talk that he will go, but there's also been big news, and I did say that would happen, that apparently somebody had emailed us, I believe it was Michael, he had emailed us and said that they've lost the money. It looks like they're losing their money with one of the banks. But there's some big news to come out with Harry soon, so watch for that. Oh, God. Do you know what it is, right? We're definitely in the eye of the storm. I actually had because I read it both ways. We've got the upside down tower. So it's like there's a dismantlement of the whole negative system, what's been ruling with. It's all going to change. And I've always said there's like 3-4 heads of the beast. And what Sharon's seen here about the Catholic Church, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm actually also seeing mafia organisations as well entangled with this, sort of like tentacles coming off, that type of thing. I'll look into the solar flares as well. So I don't feel Harry's happy. I don't feel he is at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to leave the US. There's financial difficulty, believe it or not. I mean, what they say is financial difficulty to what we would say is financial difficulty. It's two totally different things. But, you know, maybe it's the more you make, the more they take, or the more you've got to lose. But there is financial difficulty facing them if they're not already in it now. Massively. Massively. This is New Earth. And again, it came out upside down. So we've got the two totally different opposite sides there. And it is, it's like the Hunger Games. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're fighting for. But there is a blessing coming onto earth. There really, really is. You know me, I like to dig deep. But I'm also very spiritual, you know. And I think it's so important. I'm not saying where you have to be a full-blown Christian or anything like that. You know what I mean? You can be whatever you want to be. Because source is source. But I do believe at this time on this planet, I think that whatever you believe in, even if you're atheist, it's, you know, it's about practicing the law of attraction, thinking good thoughts, you know, try not to feed into all this negativity, because everything's frequency, everything's energy. But by us raising the vibrations and not losing that faith, we can get through this quicker. We really, really can. I mean, when I originally opened, you know, my YouTube, you know, channel, it was about everything like this, but it was mainly about alien stuff and stuff what people on the streets didn't want to talk about, only certain people. And I thought, well, I can't be the only one. And I mean, you're going back to 2017, 2018 was when I opened the channel. And look how far we've come, guys. It's how many people have awakened since then. And as you know, you had the election in America, and I think that brought it all to a head, you know. But there was a massive divide, and I've been seeing this for a while. There was tentacles coming off, different operations working within sort of different communities, and it also affected the truth community as well, you know, because everything's been quite tainted. If you look at it like from bird's eye view, you know, it's not about, you know, being a Republican or being a Democrat. It's about because again, I feel politics is the matrix system, you know, and it's there as a divide. But I mean, I'm not an American, do you know what I mean? But I'm under the impression that politics never used to be like this. Comment on the link what you think, but it never used to be like this. But Trump paved the way, changed everything, didn't he? And of course, they're obsessed with him. The media, they're absolutely bloody obsessed with him. Thank you, Emmanuel. And of course, there's this massive divide now, what's on the planet. But you're looking at a lot of old men. And it's not just about these old men. I'm still sticking, you know, I'm going to take you through week after week. I'm not so sure if Trump's going to get back in. But he could be doing other things behind the scenes. But they are hell-bent, and they are trying to get him in an indictment here. You know, and they could even try and arrest him, but they'll not get very far with it. You know, I've always said he's going to be a hard man to take down. But I just believe that he played his part to awaken with. Because it wasn't about, you remember that post when he said, they're not after me, guys, they're after yous, you know. I'm sure it was a post like that he put out, wasn't it? Because he was up against all these big corporations calling them out. But, you know, nobody's squeaky clean once you get high up that sort of ladder. Nobody is. And nobody's like godly. Nobody's godly, but people play their part. There is victory coming in for America. There's going to be massive changes. Remember, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I just want what's right for yous. And I've never hidden that fact. You know, I might like some of the Democratic, policies. I might like some of the Republican policies. I'm a bit of one of them people, a bit like Musk, where I swing in the middle. I like justice. I like truth. I like justice. But as you know, there's been a lot of dodgy stuff what's been going on the last couple of years. But this is so strange because everything's been stagnant. And it's been like, it was all stalled, wasn't it, after the election? And you had all of these people which were following the 17th letter of the alphabet. And it was like, well, where's that gone? And it just went. And then people realised it was some sort of psyop. Do you know what I mean? And but it's left a big divide and a big hole in America. And I do believe that affected Trump as well, because you can't tell me he was not following that, because he was. Anybody, when they're talking, you know what he's like. I mean, come on. He would have been following it because they were talking about him. But there's something going down at the minute. There's something going off behind the scenes there. But I'm still trying to keep my feet firmly on the ground. Yeah, I'm trying to, so I can give you the correct information. So I just think that something's off, something's going on, but that doesn't mean that he has to come back. All right, there's always other Republicans. But that is victory coming in eventually. And it's not that far on into the future, actually. For the Republican Party, we've got victory. But that's a younger man charging in there. He's on his horse with his red. He's the Knight of Swords. Who is it? Is it DeSantis? We really don't know. This is just the cards. And then we've got some very interesting characters. It's going to be a bit of a joke show, which I feel, well, it is at the minute anyway, but the Democratic side, I feel it's as if I can see Biden coming out early. Okay, something's not quite right. But then, obviously, the way it runs is that it would be Kamala Harris, wouldn't it, who would step in. That's the protocol, isn't it? But I'm not so sure, because I've ran our astrology charts and it looks good for her. It really, really does look good for her. But at the same time, my instinct as a psychic is telling us it's not her. Does that make sense? I'm not getting like I'm reading her. And the only thing I can put my finger on with it is that I told you that once I had this guy who come to the house and I was reading for him. I think it was quite a few years ago. I did a video on it. And then this guy, I was reading for him and my mouth was going into gear and I was giving him off the information, one of the downloads I was getting. But at the same time, I was feeling this doesn't fit right with him. But he seemed pleased with the reading and he was going, yeah, that's right. And then all of a sudden he shapeshifted into this great big Draco, like this great big reptilian sat in front of us at the kitchen table. And then I realised afterwards that was why it didn't resonate, because he came as a cover-up. So I'm not saying that she's a reptilian, but there's something doesn't fit right. So you can look at this many different ways, because I like to dissect things. Maybe she is. Maybe there is something strange about her. Or maybe there's some timeline stuff going on, like a warp of timelines. Because my higher self and my psychic side is going about her. No, that there's another woman. There's another woman to come forward. Yes, Laurie. I mean, you just don't know, do you? Because it doesn't feel like I'm reading her, even though it's, you get a person, you run the charts when they're born, what it says when they're born, but is it that person? We're living in such woo-woo times now. So it's strange at the minute. But a birth chart of the real Kamala Harris does say that it looks good for her within the presidency. Okay? But I am getting there's something doesn't fit right with it. She's an Indian lady, isn't she? But then you've got on the opposite side, you've got Trump in it. There was an announcement with that lady, oh God, what's she called? Bailey's sidekick. And she's quite sort of darkish, isn't she? I don't know if she's got like native in her. Maybe. You see, when you're given a description and when you're getting downloads, it could be anybody. No, not Nikki Haley, the other woman who lost. Apparently there's talk that she could be going in with him. You know who I mean. What you called? Lake. What's her surname? So we just need to just hold the line. But, yeah. So, and there's a lot of talk that people are clones and things like that. But it's more than that. There's something I just can't put my finger on it, guys. And I love this card. And people keep saying, Louise, are you still getting when the man stands in snow? We will know the truth. Yeah, I do. But that doesn't mean it's politics. It could be as a whole global collective thing. It might have something to do with aliens. It could be anything. But when the man stands in snow, we are in biblical times. I do believe we are. There's a lot of things to come out. It's huge, guys. I'm going to pull some cards out on DeSantis. Yeah, Carrie Lake. Lake. I said rake, didn't I? Hello, Michelle. Oops. I want to pull some cards out on Biden as well. DeSantis. He's going to try and to run. Yeah, I do believe that he's going to try and run for presidency. It's coming up here, like, to be the Republican candidate. He's a different kettle of fish to Trump. Totally different. And he knows when to say things and not to say things, and Trump wasn't like that. Interesting. There's definitely meetings going on behind the scenes. So there he is there. I don't know why I'm getting his children. I don't know if I know he's a busy man because he's the governor of Florida, isn't he? But he's trying to sort stuff out with his family at the minute. And he's all for the Floridians, you know what I mean? But I do believe, there'll probably be people in this audience tonight who wouldn't like what I say. But like I say, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I do believe he'd make a good president. And the reason why I say that is because he's an ex-military guy. He knows his stuff. I don't know. But he's juggling something at the minute. And he is playing a bit between the horse and the hounds. Give us 2 minutes, guys. I need to turn this heating down. I'm having a hot flush. Give us 2 minutes. It's like, it's like Barbados in here. It's so hot. Dearie me. So he is playing between the horse and the hounds. That's coming through quite strong. Interesting. I could be getting his family because maybe I don't know if his family or his wife, he's not so sure. He's like having a little to and a throw about it. But it's coming through quite strong that he could announce it. And his wife's very sort of Jackie Onassis type look, isn't she? But I don't know why I'm getting his children. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or maybe it's just he's thinking, is it the right thing to do for his kids? Should he just stay as governor for Florida? But I am getting that he's considering it. Interesting. Right, Biden. Yeah, I think his wife did have was it breast cancer, but I believe she's recovering now from it, isn't she? There's a lot of actors. And I think he knows how the system works and he's not so sure. That's what puts him off in the kids and stuff like that. But my concern is, at the minute, the way the world's going at the minute, we've got everything revving up to do with Russia and NATO and everything what's going on in Ukraine and all this drama, the building up. I'm more concerned about that at the minute. But let's look at Biden's cards. But if you think about it, a lot of these, like you've got Hillary, you've got Biden, you've got Trump. You know, I mean, Nancy's gone, hasn't she, sort of. They're all oldies. So I personally feel there should be like an age restriction. I don't know what you guys think, but I personally think there should be an age restriction when people are applying for this type of job. They want him out. So whatever's going on in the Democratic Party, I don't believe they know he's not like the right man for the job. Something definitely is going on behind the scenes. They've got a plan to get him out. So when the upside down magician comes out, it means that something's going on. It's all very doody. But also look at that. It's like all the gods coming together. You know, it's you've got Stonehenge there, you've got the unicorn and the wolf, and it's all very. You've got the magician. You know, the magician's there. But it's very. There's a lot going on in the cosmos. You know, there's a big shift happening on this planet. Congress. I don't know what I'm getting Congress for. That came out upside down, and it's somebody working behind the scenes in the Democratic Party trying to pull strings on Biden. Don't know who he is. Or maybe it's somebody that they want in. I've always had a woman. Yeah. There's some younger Democrats, different energy coming in, but not straight away. Remember, you've got these people, these players, what's in part where they are now. We haven't had the grand finale yet. It's possible, Chrissy, but we haven't had like the grand finale yet. Do you know what I mean? But there is a younger person to come in, and they're in blue there. Now I look at that person, and that could be quite. I'm terrible with the words. You know, like when they're neither male or female. What is that? Like erogenous? No, that's not right. That's not the right word. Do you know what I mean? I am dyslexic. You know what I mean? What's that word you use when it's like they're neither one way or another? One way or another. Do 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 do. Anyway, so we've got somebody. How do you spell that? Androgynous. Yes, coming in. Interesting. Yes. Page of Cauldrons. So it could be a gentle male. Yeah, I know, I've got to watch the pronouns and things, and yeah, I really don't know what I'm just trying, you know what I mean. So it's either a gentle male or it's a strong, I wouldn't say tomboy energy, maybe somebody who's doesn't wear much makeup or something, but I'm getting very smart, but straight to the point. And I'm also seeing a black lady. But the Page of Cauldrons could be blondish or light brown. Blondish or light brown. So it's going to get very interesting. But so they've got things up their sleeve. But like I say, we haven't had like the grand finale yet. You know, like the finale's got to come in. And so let's look to see about this hoo-ha going on with Ukraine and Russia. I heard that Robert Kennedy Jr. was thinking about running as a Democrat. That would be great. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? But he's not erogenous. That word. Unless it's somebody running with him who's like that. Remember, there's so many different timelines as well, you know, and so there's a lot of chopping and changing going on here. The reason I'm looking straight into this is because I'm quite concerned the way things are set up at the minute, that it's as if like puppet masters which are in power at the minute, I mean, especially the lot what's over here in the UK. You know, the Tory party. Don't get me going on that Tory party, right? It's as if like they want this WW3, you know, it's like they're all in it, you know, to win it. They all want this. They want the drama. I'm not getting a bad feeling about Robert Jr. Kennedy. I get a nice vibe. There he is there. So it's like, in a way, we need another Kennedy back. It's in America, you know. That's what we need. What I find very interesting is, and he was so loved, yeah, but he was a bit of a ladies' man, wasn't he? But he was so loved. But what I find really interesting in that is a lot of Republicans love JFK, and yet he was a Democrat. So I think that within the collective of America, people do realise, they do know, they just get caught up in it all, that above the two labels, it's about what's best, not about the label, really. That's what it's about, isn't it? So, I'm just going to get a drink of coffee here. What Ellen's put in here. Oh, I like that name. Ellen Rose Peach. What a pretty name. Anyway, that it's all a mess makes my head hurt. And I was like that, right? So you've got to take a step back and just don't give them your lush. Don't give them it. Because like I've always said, it doesn't matter if it's Coco the Clown in the White House. It's like, it's if they're doing a good job or not. So that everything has changed, hasn't it? Interested. That's like a young Republican lad to come forward. So I don't know who he is. So the younger ones are going to start coming in. So it's going to get very interesting by the summer. But I don't know if it's this summer. Well, it's going to be interesting on every angle by this summer. But the following summer is going to be very interesting because I would have thought we would know by then more what's what, who's running or who's trying to run. But I also want to say that we haven't heard the last of the Obamas. I'm getting this really, really strong. And I know you can't run again, but is it possible that Michelle could try and run? Or unless he's coming forward with something else to do on world stage. The Democrat Party is not the same party that my grandparents voted for. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I want to send healing and blessings out to the people of Ukraine, but also Europe. Everybody, sits and waits for like what else is coming on the news, and but I feel like I need to put. This is what I feel tonight. I want to put like safe home protection around everyone's home. This is all we want. We just want a quiet life, get on with our life, take the kids to school, go to work, come home, chill with friends, go back to normal, have enough money to pay our bills. Go out, maybe have a few beers now and then, or go for a meal. Go on holiday when we can. And everything's just got turned upside down over the last couple of years. And we've just, through all this craziness, do you know what I mean? But I need to put that out tonight for some unknown reason. Because I do believe there's a big plan that they're trying to crash the housing market, so they can take the houses away from where, or like take control. That's the plan. But I don't believe it's going to work. But watch for problems to do with the housing market. That's going to come up next. I'm looking at, and it's as if I want to say that Biden's not doing what he should be doing, or somebody else is doing the decisions, or something's not quite right, or that's going to come out like that, or because there's going to be news coming out, but something's not quite right there, or watch for this to come out. There's something not quite right. It's coming out really, really strong. It's like he's laid up. I've always had like this vision of him lying on a stretcher. And I don't wish ill to anybody, right? Because I'm not like that. But there's something not quite right. sort of like see him lying on a stretcher. So I don't know if I'm visually seeing like something could happen to his back or his something or his health, or but I sort of see him lying on a stretcher. But that could also be not literal, because as I look at the hanged man, it's like he's getting, God, it's like that he's getting laid out. God forbid. It's like he's getting laid out. That's what they're saying. So I don't know what that means. When the lovers cards come out, it normally means like big news is coming out. Can you hear us all right? And give us a 5-5 if you can hear us, because it seems like the chat stalled a bit. Is it stalled? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Susan, it should be a lot better than that. The money needs to increase right across the board: wages, benefits, pensions. Yeah, there's massive changes happening at the minute. Let's have a look. Right, I'm looking at this crystal ball. I'm seeing something about news alert with China. So I do think there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes as well. A lot of debating, negotiating. I'm seeing boots on the ground, and I'm definitely seeing it. I said this in my world prediction the other night. There's going to be boots on the ground, and they're going to go in, US, UK soldiers into Ukraine, and it's just going to wind them right up. I can see it. I'm just scanning around this to have a look to see. There will be threats. There will be threats of nuclear, but I feel what we need to understand is that would be the last resort, because he knows that if he does that, he would get it back. Do you know what I mean? It's more like EMP stuff, what I'm seeing. I mean, I just think the UK has gone to pot. I really do, Julie Brett. As Julie Brett says here, our bus service in the West Midlands is going on strike Thursday, and they are not going back to work until a deal is struck. Exactly. And I said this would happen. I said there would be a lot of strikes in the UK. I mean, we had the ambulance service, they went on strike the other month, didn't it? We've had the teachers, we've had the post office. This is just, it's going to be the craziest year of all. This is really strange, guys. There's a country, they're not giving us what it is or who it is. It might be to protect me, and you should have to work it out. But there's a country to come out with some big, huge news, which could blow the cat out the bag with something. But it could also change the whole dynamics on things. So like I said, there's a lot of things going off at the same time, which can stop them in the tracks if they're trying to do something. See, for example, they decide that they're going to go into Ukraine, and we're on the edge of WW3, in that the hell bent they still went in. But then if something happened somewhere else, it would just change the whole dynamics, and it would take the focus away of what they're doing, and then they wouldn't have the stage, because something is going off. And I think we're having a lot of distractions here, guys. There's a lot of distractions going on here. I need to look at the banks. It's as if something's already happened. This is the banks, guys, right? It's like something's already happened, but they're just playing it out on 3D. But there's going to be problems to do with Europe in the dollar. I want you to remember that. Okay. More problems coming in with public transport. Now, they're saying by the summer, but I think this is British summertime, there's going to be some huge news to do with around Australia and China. But this could be to do with trade or something, okay? So you need to watch for that. And there's going to be huge news around about that time, big news coming out to do with the letter J with a man. Letter J with a man, and this is to do with on world news. You know how I had all the carry on with the balloons and that and the strange sightings in the skies? There's something else coming, and it's on a quite a big scale. And it's to do with something people are going to witness in the sky. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Now, I normally look on no more than a few months away, up to 2 years. But it's coming in really, really strong. Watch for strong sightings of strange craft in the sky, guys. It's coming through really strong. I'm concerned that everybody on Twitch has left us. Are you still watching us through Twitch, guys? Right. What else have I got? I want you to remember the 30th. It's coming through really strong. I'm going to give you some dates. And I don't know if you just want to write them down to do with big news. All right? And it's to come out on world screen, these dates. 9's coming out. Are you still there, Debbie? I'm very protective over my Twitch little group, you know. We're like a little family over there. We're like a little snug room, aren't we, guys? Right. Number 9 is coming out really, really strong. And number 30. I want you to remember them, right? Okay. And 26 is going to bring some huge news. What I want to say could change history. Could change history. I have to keep putting it down because it's heavy. Right. Right, what Gwen's put's interesting, but you see, I just do it my way and what I get. But what I like about what she's put there, she's commenting from Facebook, Biden's not real. He is real. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't go along with what other people say. He is real. He's an old man who's not well, but he is real. Right? But what I like about what she's put there, where is it? Useless Grant was the 18th President of the Republic of the United States of America, so the Act of 1871 is dead and Trump is our president. Well, it's sad that Yeah, but it's never going to be proven, isn't it? That's the thing. But Useless Grant is my ancestor. Do you know that, Gwen? Useless Grant is my ancestor. You know that guy that Biden's got? The guy with the lipstick. What's he called again? The guy... Is it nuclear stuff he deals with or something? I've just seen his face. And this is really funny, this, because there's been a recent thing what's come out in the news. Well, on social media. I was watching some podcaster about it and he wouldn't stop laughing. Or it was Ben Shapiro. It was quite funny. Anyway, so there was an African lady. I don't know if you'd seen this. There was an African lady and she had this lovely red, how the African ladies have all the very colourful dresses, lovely red gown. And she'd lost her luggage and it was a expensive gown. Like a designer gown, well, like what the African ladies wear. And then all of a sudden she notices it where this man's wearing it, the guy with the lipstick who works in the White House, who works for Biden. And apparently she lost her luggage or something, but yeah, so he's wearing like her clothes or the stolen goods. I just thought that was quite funny. But which I also thought was quite funny is, and I did say, and I'm not saying it's him, the lady in the red dress, because he's actually prancing around. He's prancing around, guys, in this woman's red dress. Yeah, and it was a one-off red dress, which I thought was quite funny. But I'm not saying he's the lady in red, but isn't that so funny? I said when there was going to be some news to do with a woman in a red dress, it could be, I'm not saying it's definitely, that there's going to be everything's going to start to unfold. So that's just happened over the last week. Right. But I just got his face again, so there's some big changes coming in with him as well. Okay. Also, in my looking glass, I had said that there's going to be changes in fashion and it's going to cause quite a controversy. Well, sometimes when I'm finishing me things, I'll get more things coming in. And I actually thought about it and I did some meditation on it, and it could have something to do with all this transgender stuff. Or it could be that men are now deciding that they want to wear dresses. You never know. It could be things like that. But there's going to be a controversy to do with fashion, and it's going to be quite a one. So watch for that. Watch for that. Julie Brett, didn't you say that our benefit money will change? So does it mean that we will get rid of universal credit? Eventually, yes. I think that this country's in a mess. I really do. And there's a lot of dodgy stuff going on. There's layers and layers of dodgy stuff going on, which has been pushed underneath the mat. But I do feel benefits are going to change in the USA and the UK. Globally, actually. It could be that... See, they've got this plan there where they want to... What's that? Universal credit? Universal income? I don't know what it is. They've got this plan. So it would be people who are on benefits will get more benefits. It might be something... like that they've got. But the
that's not going to come in yet until there's huge changes in America and huge changes in the UK. So it's the second Prime Minister. It's the Prime Minister what comes in after Rishi Sunak. Because believe you me, Rishi Sunak will leave as quick as he went in. And that's just come boom at us like that. Remember that. Rishi Sunak will leave as quick as he's gone in. I'm getting it really, really strong. Okay. I don't know what's going on in Scotland. I don't know if you can fill us in what's going on in Scotland, but SNP. But there's a lot of changes to happen there, and I still see scandals to come out with Ireland. I've always felt that there was going to be a borderline again in Scotland and in UK. And I always feel, I have a funny feeling at some point that the Scots at some point will get independence back. But there is going to be a baby boom. How do I put this over with it not sounding awful? Back in the 80s, we had a mass migration of different African men came into the UK and the women went wild. Got a lot of multicultural children over here. One of them is one of my good friends. She married a lovely man from Africa. But there's another mass migration coming in, and as you know, okay? But there's going to be, how do I put this? There's a baby boom to come, but there also could be women left pregnant. Why would I get that? That happened when there was a war thing as well, wasn't there? When the American troops came over, because my nana told me this. My dad's Auntie Peggy, was it Auntie Peggy or was it somebody else? Nana knew. Anyway, but there was women. No, it wasn't Auntie Peggy. It was somebody else. Nana knew somebody, because back in the 40s, women didn't get the help like they do now, single parents and all of that. And in the 60s, they were going in and taking the kids off them. There was a film, because my mother told us about it. It was called The Day They Gave Babies Away, because they couldn't have before the credit came in to help single parents. People couldn't afford their kids, so they were either getting them taken away or giving them away. But there was, in the 40s, there was a lot of women left in the UK who got pregnant by American soldiers. And there was a lot of American babies born over here in the UK. And then the Americans went back, because they went wild, didn't they? They come over here, they brought the stockings in, the chocolate in, you know, the women went wild with the American soldiers. I've heard the tales, but Nana told us them, my grandma told us them. You know, you get that music, do 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 do. You can just imagine them. It was wild for them. It was wild, you know, and everybody was, you know, they were all doing it, and of course, what happens with doing it is baby comes along from doing it. That's what happens, and I'm seeing a situation like that again, but I don't know if it's through mass migration and women going wild again, or it's something to do with troops having to go away and women are being left on their own pregnant. Let me pull some cards out on this. Now, I normally look on no more than a few years down the line, so what am I getting here? I love that song. It's a Glenn Miller. We're at that time again, before the war, there was change, wasn't it? There was like, it's like people knew something was going to happen. And we're feeling it again. Where are these children coming in from? Single parents, unwanted pregnancies, women crying, lots of babies being born. Why am I getting that? Do you remember Maggie Thatcher tried that, told single mums get a job or your kids would get took off you, give you up for a... Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Absconded fathers. Or are they being absconded? Are they being sent off to war? It's just the way I look at it, right? You've got the Nine of Pentacles there, but the card's morphing the way I'm seeing it, right? So she's there, right? And she's got like the bun in the oven. She's got the bun in the oven there. And then he's having to go. Why am I saying that? But it's not just, it's on a mass scale. Having to go off. Pressure on the economy. We're going to face two big changes globally before the UK sorts themselves out. Well, should I say before the Tories give their head a wobble and sort themselves out. Because there's a mess going on and they're not telling me everything. It's like it's been taken out the pot, but it hasn't been put back in. So where's it going? Where's our taxes going to? Do you know what I mean? Pregnant women. Battlefields. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, I need to burn some incense. Battlefields. That is so weird. Right, battlefields. There's something about to happen what to do with WW3 here. I wonder if it's like American troops coming into the UK again. But look, it's like... I could be looking a couple of years out here, but there's something big to happen where there's going to be a lot of babies. Yeah. A bit of a worry, that, isn't it? Right, so they're going to go in and they're going to... There's something to happen to do with big news, and it could be late at night. We need to watch for this. It's something to do with sea, or a situation with sea. I don't know if it's the Black Sea or the China Sea. An attack. It's like he's going to go in, Russia's going to go in, he's going to go and invade in. He's going in from a different direction. He's going to try and take out more of Ukraine. Then I'm seeing loads of troops going in, boots on the ground. This is what I see, what's going to happen. I get the letter B. The letter B's coming up. It could be to do with a town over there. But Russia's got other ones on his side, you know what I mean? As you know, like China and other people. But like they're putting this out on the news, and obviously there's more to it. But where they'll send them in, this has been going on a very long time, guys. It's like I'm being told that NATO wants this. NATO wants this. It's all like they're connected with it all. There's huge news coming out with a dam. A dam. What if it's the one in China? I'm seeing into this crystal ball and I'm seeing lots of US Navy ships going out. God bless our troops. I just think it's all like to do with money. War is money. Money making. Dunbar. D, something beginning with D. And B. Even the Russian people don't want this. Ruining the economy. Putin's definitely goal-backed. Or he's going goal-backed. I'm seeing that. It's all about the money. I've said this all the way along. All the way along. There's something weird's coming out with Zelensky. Hiya, Robert. Robert in Tasmania. Okay, I'm just going to double check this. We need to prep. We need to prep. Power grids could go down. Cyber attacks, that type of thing. I see bombs going off, but I'm not so sure on the nuclear. It's more lights going out, power going down. How do you destroy a country? That's how the enemy would think. They would go in and to the ports, to the nuclear places, the power lines, that type of thing, to take it down, to isolate a country. As I'm talking here, I'm seeing a lot of special soldiers being sent over. There's something big going off at the minute, guys. Remember, my guides will only show us what's meant to be. Because if it's secret, they'll not want the other side to see. But there's something going off at the moment. I also want to send healing and blessings out to the Norway and to the border there. And as you know, you've had, I said this in my looking glass the other night, that UK's set up a new camp there. They've called it Camp Viking on the borders of Russia. I'm feeling a little bit sad, guys. And I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, it hits home because I'm from a military background, but I've got like war heroes in the family and stuff like that. And what did they die for? You know, they died. What did they die for? They repeat this. They repeat this. It comes around all the time. Every so 100 years, something else will happen, you know. And I'm feeling like that pressure of building up again. Like what our ancestors went through in World War One and World War Two. I'm feeling it again, guys. I'm feeling it again. I don't know if the chat's frozen. Can't see his. We have to prep. We have to stock up. I'm feeling it really strong. We must stock up. We don't need another world war, but this is the plan. You see, I mean, I'm not the best fan of Putin, right? For personal reasons, all right? But they are making it look, they want this to happen. The bigger picture is that they want this to happen. He's been up to all sorts for years and years and years. You know what I mean? There's been a blinking war going on over there for years and years and years. Go back 2015, you know, and before. It's been going on a long time. I'm concerned tonight that there could be many troops could lose their lives through these arrogant world people, you know, who are orchestrating all of this. We need to raise this vibration in this forum tonight, and let's hope this doesn't happen. I just get this feeling, and I'm not the only one. You are all in the audience and you're all feeling the same. It's all about money. Yes, Sylvia, it's all about money. We need to send love out tonight. This is coming through really, really strong. And as David Shields says, every politician retires multimillionaires. Enough's enough here, like, absolutely. We will get abundance and new beginnings. Whatever they're up to isn't going to, like I've said, there's like a changeover what's happening in the system, but they're not going to win. We will go digital, we will go futuristic, and many will fall. Unfortunately, many will get hurt and fall, but there is an outcome of beauty and happiness and abundance, and it's the fight of the fittest. But there's a woman in America, I believe she's a Democrat. She's got a blue trim there. Can you see it on her dress? Who is she? I do not know. But she's somebody who will stand no shit. She will not stand for no shit. And she's not weak. She's not weak. There's also a feminine energy what's coming in right across the board, across the whole world. Native American energy. It's unsettled energy on soil in America to do with the Native Americans ancestor. There's something going on with energy what's being released. I have got an ancestor called Matty, and I haven't had time to channel him yet, and Charlie Chaplin, and another young man as well. I was going to channel them, but I'm actually seeing Uncle Matty he died on Flanders Fields, and he was the one that came through from the night of the museum. And I don't know if anybody's heard the story, where I got a phone call late at night, and it was a silent phone call. And as I picked up the phone, I seen Uncle Matty in my head. He died in World War One in the trenches on Flanders Fields in France. And I didn't know who it was, and I just got this feeling that I was getting Uncle Matty, and I couldn't understand it. And I was ringing this number back, and nobody was answering. So I got through the next day, and it was a caretaker. He picked up the phone, and he said, it's impossible, nobody could have rang you. I'm the only person what's got the keys, pet. You know, that's what we see over here. It was Jodie's pet. There's no way, he's saying, there's no way, you know, nobody could have rang you. It's an old museum, and I'm the only one what's got the keys. I've come in to check it. And I says, what kind of museum is it? He said, it's a World War One museum. And I knew then that Uncle Matty had rang us from the night of the museum. He had rang us. And when I seen the vision of Uncle Matty, he was coming through with all his friends, and they were singing all the old war songs, and he was saying there was a warning for humanity. There was a warning for humanity. There's something going on with time. They're trying to build it up the crescendo again for another war. And Uncle Matty is sort of coming through now, and he's saying he knows this. He knows the signs. He knows they felt it back in the turn of the century when he was a young lad over here in Wrighton, you know, working at the mines, and that everyone got called up. They went with it because they were fighting Hitler's regime. And it's like it's history repeating itself. So we need to do something tonight. I'm going to have a little break. It's 10 to 1. I'm going to go and have a ciggy break and get a drink of juice. And I'm going to do some remote viewing. And I want to see what can be done. We need to put protection around all our troops, our lads and our lasses. We need to do this for everywhere. Not just the UK and the USA, everywhere. But I just have a feeling there's something of that building up again. So we need to see what's what, okay? Marilyn Greaves, I feel sorry for UK and the American soldiers, RAF and Navy. These always seem to be the fighting. Yeah. So now it's not Hitler, it's Putin. And it is Putin, but there's more to it than that. You see what I mean? Like there probably was back in the turn of the century. These globalists have always like been in the background. But two wrongs don't make a right, do they? That's the thing. Two wrongs don't make a right. And then, of course, you've got actors coming in, pretending, to be world leaders, like sort of running a country. Yeah. So we need to try and avoid this. That's the Five of Pentacles. That's the people of Earth. And that's the economy. Because I do believe the economy's changing massively. The banking system, all that is all changing. There's a new bank. Everything's new. What's coming in? You know what I mean? And that's probably what they're fighting for. To who's running it. So let's have a break and let's go deeper. All right. So go and grab your popcorn or make your cup of tea or your coffee or whatever you're doing. And I'm going to put me little Betty and Bobby thing on. If it does your head, and just turn it down, I'll be as quick as I can. I'm being given them all be deployed there. Because there's gonna be two situations at the same time going off in a different direction. So I'm gonna look more into it. Give us 5 minutes, okay? And I'll be back on as quick as I can. All right. I'll be right back.
Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us okay. I am back. Are you there? Are you there? Now I've changed behind Twitch the scenes. It's now you should be able to comment on Twitch. The ones who aren't subscribed. So let us know if you can do that. Give us 2 minutes. Oh, either must have been a time delay. I can see is on. Isn't that strange? I think I'm stuck in some sort of porthole over here, you know. Okie dokie. Right, what are we going to do? Cheers to everybody. It's decaf coffee again. What about the USA southern border? I think there's going to be more problems. I'll have a quick look for you. You like the remote views, Nancy? I think I'll just go raw again tonight. I'll not force anything. I'll just see what comes in. Leave it up to God. See what He has to say, eh? And my spirit guides. The USA southern borders. Is that where Mexico is? Is anybody on Twitch? Can they comment now if they are not subscribed? You let us know. Right. US southern borders. I presume that's what you're going on about. The near Mexico. Texas, isn't it? Texas, Mexico. Five of Wands a loss. Eight of Pentacles. Has this been going on for like 5 years or something? Or no, it hasn't been going on that long, has it? They're giving us 5 years. 5 years. And it's still going on. Oh, that sounds nice, Teddy. Teddy's eating white cheddar popcorn. Ooh. We don't have that over here, I don't think. Nine of Pentacles. There's going to be massive changes within a year with that. They're going to seal it again. They're going to do something. Depends who gets in power. There's going to be a change. And I've got Republicans celebrating. This is so uncanny. This is so uncanny. So Arizona, Texas, Mexico. So you've got, they're giving us a timing of 5 years. All right. So work that out. Maybe it's another year. It's been going on a long time over there. All right. And the Fool card is coming out. When the Fool card comes out, it means that there's change coming in and the people of America are protected. There's going to be a massive shift. And there's been a lot to do with money, what's been handed backwards and forwards within government connections, making money from whatever's going on over there. All right. But we've got a man charging in here. He's a Republican and he's like celebrating something. There's going to be something what's going to change. And then there's another man there and there's a big celebration. Okay. And what I'm being given is for the people near the borders and everything, what's happening with the trafficking and everything. We've got
the safe home protection again. That card's come out again. So to me, there's like something being put back into place again. But then you've got, I think there's cartel and mafia links intertwined within tentacles, also making money from government officials. There's all sorts of things going on. This is where we are at the minute. It's very much like we're in Atlantis. And that's there you got there, like man saving woman. There's an attack, as you know, on that energy. But it's masculine and feminine coming back together. Divine, should I say, divine masculine, it's the energy. This goes beyond sexualities. It's a balance is coming back into place. And this has happened before. Maybe we did go through this in Atlantis and in times gone by. So it's coming back around again. And as you know, women became very empowered. There was a shift in the turn of the century. And my other ancestor, Joseph Rowntree, the sweet man, I didn't realise he was into politics as well. And him and his brothers went to Parliament and they passed for women to, I believe he was a Labour man. They passed for the women to vote. And that was at the turn of the century when the women's skirts used to go higher up and that, before they went into the 20s. And that's where we are at now. And that's probably why I'm getting there's like another like warlike situation coming up, and then there's going to be a shift again in how we look and everything. So everything's boiling up and it's looking so obvious, like we're in for big change, isn't it? But it's also biblical. See, I believe a lot of these, I believe Jesus Christ walked this earth. Okay? I've always followed Christ. But I also believe in Buddha. I believe in, is it Allah? I believe in them all. I believe they were all here. I believe they were all different ascending masters coming in from different parts of the galaxy, different starseeds. I've got a very strange outlook. I feel where Mary seen Gabriel and she was the Virgin Mary, yeah, and she had Jesus, right? I believe that the light she's seen with Gabriel, I believe, was a UFO. I believe she was artificially inseminated on the ship. You know, that's my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right, but you know, that's what I believe happened, and it's still going on to this day. So we are now back on the planet now, and I've been saying this, my guides have been saying for a long time, we are rewriting history, we are rewriting the new book, the Bible. So there's a lot of ascending masters have come back in because we need bodies to live on this planet, so we've chose our parents. And there's many angels on this planet now. There's many angels being born. There is great starseeds and earth angels, and there's a lot of ascending masters now in disguise on this planet, working as healers, working as truth seekers, or whatever they're doing. And we are all working together as a collective. Okay, so it's happening again. But I've been told this time we are going to win. We are going to change something. We really, really are. So it's like everything's playing out in real time, but there's a lot more happening behind the scenes. And if we truly knew the reality of what's actually going on, we would shit our pants. Because I would say there's extraterrestrials working with man in a lot of underground bases. I'm going to probably go looking soon in a minute. And some of them don't want it out because they know what humanity's like, and it would be like Mars attack and would panic. And some people just don't want it out because they don't want me to be empowered. Yeah, so you could say Jesus was a spaceman. Jesus, he had a Palladian energy about him. But then Moses, Moses went missing. There's a lot of clues in the Bible. Don't forget the Bible was very fiddled with by the Roman Catholic Church, the Romans. And people in power at the time, they hid stuff. But there is clues still in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament. There's clues in the Torah, there's clues in the Quran. Yeah? And I believe that, and I've said this for a long time, that I believe we're in the 9th gate of human civilization. So they were a young couple. I believe Joseph and Mary were just a young couple in love. And that happened to her. She had a extraterrestrial experience. But what is aliens, angels? We've just been told that, they are great, that they're not human. Angels aren't human. They come from out there in the galaxy. And then in the Bible, and I'm not trying to preach here, but in the Bible, there's only a couple of times me and Debbie worked this one out. That they talk about the land of Nod, where God, did he send Adam or Eve, or he sent them into the land of Nod or something? I think we are in the land of Nod, and we are trying to get out of the land of Nod. What is the land of Nod, guys? Is it a case that we are in some sort of simulation, being controlled by these controllers? And by breaking out of the matrix, we are breaking out of the land of Nod. We are all angels in our own rights. And they've never wanted us to be empowered. They wanted us to be at their whim. And then you've got true divine of love. Everything's been twisted. Everything, even sexuality, has been totally twisted. It's a very planet. It's a tribal planet because we are the hybrids, actually. Yeah, and for this to come out, and scientists to reveal this, it will change medicine and everything, because we all are different and we all need different types of medicine because we are all different mammals. We are, we look human, but we all, ancestors, eons ago, there was a shift on this planet. It's Cain. That's it, the land of Nod with Cain. I believe we're in the land of Nod coming out. Hunched down like monkeys, and then we all of a sudden we're upright, different shaped skulls, and there's an intervention happening again now. But I believe that every 1,000 years they've been wiping we're out and starting we're again, wiping we're out and starting again when it's got out of hand. We're actually past that date now, guys. We're past that date in the Mayan calendar. And there has been an intervention, and there's some sort of holy war going on, and they've now come to an agreement, the baddies and the goodies, that they agree that the technology is going to come onto the Earth plane, because it's just like Star Wars out there. So the good and the bad and the ugly have all got the same technology. From the Palladians will have it, the reptilians will have it. You know what I mean? But there is such thing as protocol going on out there in the galaxy and everything, that's all air traffic control and everything. But we are very, very tribal. And we are all getting triggered at the minute. So it's all going to come out in a very strange way. But it takes the voice of people to change the system as well. It's not just about all the politicians. That's why we've always handed it over. Yeah, there's been like false prophets as well. So what I've been given from the extraterrestrials is that some of us have a dolphin lineage, like different mammals. The same as the extraterrestrials. So say like if you were on a big mother ship and you needed to have treatment of some sort or an operation, they test your DNA to see what you match with so they can give you the right help. We don't do that here. Yeah, so again, it's all about greed and money, isn't it? Because the pharmaceuticals has been part of the controlling matrix. I would say one of the best things invented from medicine, and I always stick to this because it saved my life, is antibiotics. But then that got overprescribed. Preventative is better than cure, and that's what the Palladians keep going on about. So there is going to be a mass sort of rising on new sort of medicines and alternative medicines, and that will take place into the future, and it takes place more of part in my system as in the whole system and the grid as well. Yeah, because everything comes down to diet, and I do even believe that there was a lot of stuff put in our food to cause these things. But we've also got to take responsibility as well. So there is a great amount of teachings that can be that is going to, they've seeped it in, they had a plan. They've brought it through by downloads with others on where the boots on the ground. And what I might get a message, you might get different messages. So that's your role. There's only so much one person can do. Do you see what I mean? We all have channeling as well. Channeling, what I'm going to be doing hopefully tonight, or it's isn't just about beings coming through the channeler, the person who's doing it, the medium. It's channeling can be art and could be creation. It could be writing. Do you know what I mean? But I think that how long does it take for a doctor to train to be a doctor is quite an accomplishment. And I mean, in the UK alone, they work awful hours like nurses do. But then we're all being tested. Look what they did through the craziness. And doctors were told they had to go along with it or they were going to be losing their jobs. There was some doctors came out, as you know. There was the war with the doctors. And I said this in 2017. I said, there'll be the war with the doctors. And of course, that's all started to fall into place, hasn't it? What's took place over the last couple of years. So there was a doctor down in London somewhere, and he was on the television, and he put that guy in Parliament right in his place. He said, well, no, I'm not taking it. He says, because he was working front line in it. He says, I've got the antibodies. And he stood up for other doctors. So it all comes down to the individual person. But there is going to be something about antibodies for the future in natural stuff on a rise. Watch for this, guys. It's going to be something that's going to start to be crept in, and it's going to go big. And it's also, everything's going to be about natural. Natural's going to be the new thing to come in. And natural childbirth is going to be promoted and pushed. And your new birthing techniques, I'm seeing that coming out. It's all good stuff. But we'll always need to have surgeons, and they do surgery on these starships, But robotic stuff and AI is going to come in massively. It's coming in now with certain procedures you're getting done. People have asked us to look into the medbed situation. And I never believed in it until I actually I read for a super soldier, and it blew me head. It blew me mind. You know, it was a private sitting. I can't say his name, so it is going on. But I've always felt there's like a little sort of thin device coming out first. Like a thin device, what's going to come out. Like a little gadget. So the food is going to be a worry. And again, we've just relied on the system so much, isn't it? But obviously, if there's something like a WW3, it will cause problems with trade. But I think this is what they want. They want this. But I still feel we're going to come through it. I really, really do. It's like a heart stopper. It's like another situation, like a situation like the Bay Pigs. It's like something like that. It's like someone's coming in to, like, I wouldn't say save the day, but it's through a decision they make. It's a politician, actually, what's going to change something. But there's America, and America will be fine. So you've got to look within, guys. A lot of people don't trust AI, Myra. Yeah? But I know the bigger picture. I know that I've seen life out there in the galaxy. I've seen I channel these beings who have this AI. I've seen our future. It's like if you could time travel back in time to the 1600s and go through a time machine like a Doctor Who TARDIS and take all your devices like your iPhones and stuff, they would think back then that we were satanic. They really, really would, because they wouldn't understand it. So I'm not saying I'm time traveling, but I have the vision to see what's for the future. And it's not satanic. What's satanic is who's been bloody spying on us through these gadgets. All right? And that's part of this sort of system what's trying to control we, but then you've got other people in whose new laws will be put into place, and it's like they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to lose. We just have to watch it all unfold. Yeah, if I could like create now visually, stick yous all in a massive TARDIS, could you imagine how cool that would be? And then where we're going? Let's go back to the 1600s. And we all got out with our clothes on and our gear, and we've got our iPhones, and women have got their hair short, and they would think we were alien beings. They would be so freaked. Have you ever thought for 1 minute that there is us out there in the galaxy, just being born on a different rock, who have more technology and they know the bigger picture, and they're worried because we're like childlike and so naive, and we're breaking out and we're thinking all sorts, and they're thinking, oh my God, how we're going to introduce this in? You know what I mean? They're probably sitting there twiddling their thumbs thinking, okay, well, we need to break this gently to them. That's what we need to do. And there's so many people out there who want all these star beings to come in on the ships, and they're saying, I talk to people all the time doing readings. But there's many who couldn't cope with it. Believe you me, it's not going to be like that. If it is portrayed like that, it will be fake. It will be fake, because they've been here millions of years watching over it. But they are actually now in our reality. Will the Vatican collapse? a drink of coffee. They would think they were either were witches or would come from planet Saturn or something. Or, good God, you know what I mean? They would be scared. I once tried to do that, because I can sort of do things in the astral. And I think I went back to see an ancestor. And they got quite freaked. And and then I realised, and Dolores Cannon talks about this, that there's no such thing as linear time. It's all happening at the same time. And I realised that if I could go back, and I was like, I transported through the wall, and they were like lying in bed with a little cap on, going all like that, like, you know what I mean? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Can you explain why turning black hair? I like that. Any insight into the SVB collapse, and what's that, please? I'm a bit thick tonight, you know what I mean? Now, what was the other thing I was going to look at? Somebody had asked us something else, look into something. Oh, we've got Adam coming down the stairs. The Vatican. I'm just live across 3 platforms, son. So no farting or anything. You alright? Alright, Dan? Don't smoke in my kitchen, son. They're saying hi, Adam.
Hello.
Hello, he's saying. Vatican. Ooh, dearie me. We've got the spell card, best possible decision. They're panicking. They're trying to slow something down, waylay something. They're definitely trying to get money back. Good night. We've got the Ten of Swords, so there is a lot of worry going on there. I actually see a lot of threats, and I definitely feel that there's been threats with mafia organisations towards them. There's something huge going on at the minute. I've just seen an explosion there, or there's going to be some big news coming out. I'm not saying it's a literal explosion, but there's going to be some big news coming out to do with the Vatican. So watch for that. And there we've got the King of Pentacles. So there's another Pope coming in, and I see smoke coming out. A lot of people have said he's going to be like the last Pope, but I don't believe so. But good God, the amount of money what's been stashed and harboured, and you're talking dirty money, you're not talking clean money, you're talking dirty money. There's a lot of stuff to come out there. But there'll always need to be the Vatican for the people. So you can't take it away, because the Star beings tell me this. You can't take the mosques away. You can't take the Vatican away. You can't take Christianity away. It's a tribal planet. And they understand that. The Star beings understand that. But the Vatican knows about the Star beings. So I wouldn't be surprised what's hiding in the Vatican in these files is a lot about the Star beings. They did a deal with corporations, but make it all flowery on the outside, make it, because I do believe in the power of prayer, right? I've got Catholics in my family, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I've got churchy people. So I believe that the power of prayer is very powerful. but it got manipulated by man. But so all these people, we can say, oh, it's Luciferian. It's but the way it's run and how they get the money. But there's masses and masses of Italians and people, all over the world, will go to the Vatican, and they're not Luciferian. They're worshipping Jesus. Do you know what I mean? But it's masked over, and it's quite sad, really. Oh, he's gone to bed now. He said hi. And I do know some very good priests. Yeah. They're not all bad. They're not all bad. But it's fallen. The corporation of it's fallen. But the idea, will still be there for people. The Constantine invented the religion. Maybe so, but it's going to change, but it's still going to be there for people. Does that make sense? Can you get yourself up into the Highlands of Scotland and you're going into Edinburgh and where they filmed the Da Vinci Code? Rosalind Chapel, where my dad went when he started to get his visions when he wrote his book, The Truth. The churches are so different up there that they hold a lot of what's the word? A lot of truth. Don't forget it was a holy war what was going on in the UK as well, in Old England. Going back to the Cathars and all of that. It's there'll always be evil on this planet. You can't eradicate all the evil off the planet. That's impossible, because we are transmitters and we are capable of good or bad, some more than others. People have asked me, is this such a case that people are born, inevitably they're born evil? And I believe so, yes, depending on the situation. But you can't have the light without having the dark. It's balance that we're getting back. So these old corporations are falling. But one of the biggest corporations, you're looking at the 3-letter agencies. It's quite deep. Jesus definitely didn't come here to start a religion. He came here to spread his word, because he was I am. And he was telling me that we are all I am. If things got twisted, everything got twisted. Everything's like Santa Claus, We are all the children of earth, and we're realising there's no Santa Claus. This is what the Great Awakening is about. But not about getting angry, it's about just putting it right. But we are going to be tested with our anger. We really, really are. As above and below. As above and below, like the world card. This world is not what it seems. We have things going on not in our visible sight. And because it's not going on in our visible sight, you think that it's not going on. But the guy next door might see it because he's on a different dimension, because he's opened that. But we're tested when we open that. Don't think it stops when you open that and you're going into the 5th dimension. You're constantly tested. They have traps. It's like the Matrix. You've got to dodge it. Like Neo, you've got to dodge it. And that's where we're at the minute. And that's how there's been psyops, and we've been tricked. The trickery doesn't stop. You you recognize it, you just dismiss it. And once you're connected and you're aligned with source, you could walk through a valley of demons and they can't touch you. Does that make sense? There's a lot of this world we haven't discovered because they won't let us discover it, or it's not possible to discover it. But it's not also about visibly seeing stuff. It's not always about that. I'm going to dim the lights, guys, and we're going to do some remote viewing. Just going to wrap these up. In fact, I'm going to look into my bowl first. Where's my bowl? Are you enjoying it tonight? Religion's all sort of man-made, it's control, isn't it? There's just been a recent guy who's just exited Japan, and he was very well liked by the Japanese people. I've got some of his books. He's just suddenly died. I'll find out his name for sure. I'll ask the lady, because I've got loads of Japanese books here. There are spiritual people in Japan. And the lady in particular, I'll not say her name, but she was asking if he's going to come back. And I said, no, he chose to exit. He chose to exit because there's something big going on the planet at the minute. And he's working with the angel realm over there. So you're talking everything that we've been lied to from the education system, everything. It's all going to change. It's all going to fall. Everything's changing. But we're going to be so tested, and it's like we're facing another, not D-Day. But it's like we're facing that sort of ramp up, it's like it's ramping up for, are we going to face another sort of WW3 again? How long did the World War III go on for? Because a lot of it is a distraction, because they know we've awakened. We've become so awakened they can't control it anymore. Yeah, they can take you down, and they can take you off platforms, and they create situations and cause problems. I don't want to go down that dark bunny hole tonight, what they're capable of doing. We know what they're capable of doing. But I also believe that once you don't feed into that, you can actually make anything happen. Make anything happen. What's that saying? The wise says nothing. So, recap. It's not looking good at the minute. We need to watch this space with how Biden and the White House react, because whatever they react on, UK will follow in other countries like France. I mean, you've seen the recent one with Macron shaking his hands with Rishi Sunak. It's like all pally-pally. They're all coming together, all the NATO lot. But this BRICS thing's going to come bigger. The BRICS thing's going to come bigger. There's other countries what's going to join in with it. I'm saying it could be Ukraine, or it's Russia, or it's somewhere over there. But I'm also getting a bit of a warning to do with parts of the USA as well. Like an orange smogged sky. But it's something to do with an explosion or something. Please don't worry about this. It's an event of some description. and a drift of it. It's coming through the sky, but it's not nuclear, all right? But it's a lot of dust. I see it on World News. There's people standing, and I wonder if it's a volcano. There's something to do with a lot of dust and thick in the air. Orange, thick smoke. Problems there, worries, so watch for that. So watch for that. Can you let us know if there's any Twitch followers and if you can comment? Because I've changed it from not subscribers to anybody can comment on Twitch. Can you let us know, please? Okay. Something about a big ship in the sea as well. There's something about fingerprints and DNA fingerprints. I don't know what they're doing there. They're going to be putting that on. DNA being put into passports. I don't know what they're planning there. I'm seeing like a hot country. I'm going into an airport. I've seen this vision before. And there's a woman like see people and they're running from the airport. Hot country. I'm seeing people in, I'm not sure if it's Pakistan or India, and I'm seeing crying, running. I'm getting that vision about that strange spacecraft again. It's like it's on a quite a big scale, and a lot of people are going to see it. So that's quite an interesting one, guys. You need to watch for that. Yeah, but there's a lot of future technology to come onto the planet. Okay, I am getting the letter T in this crystal ball, but that doesn't mean it's Trump. It could be Trudeau. I don't know what am I getting with this. 2 T's going. 2 T's going or changing. 2 T's. I'm getting a weird, I feel really weird. Like a weird feeling when I'm saying that. What am I smelling? I'm trying to waft something up my nose. I've changed it, Laurie. Go back in, Laurie, and try it again, because I've just taken it off. Unless it's because I've got to start a new stream. It might be that. I get like a weird smell, like a really familiar feeling on something, and I can't put my finger on it. There it is again. Oh my God, there's going to be some big news to do with Trump, and I don't know what it is. Oh, this is going to be some worry with the bridge as well, guys. I'm seeing like a bridge falling or something. And I've seen this before as well. Like there's something to do with a highway, like a motorway, you know, like a highway. Problems on a motorway. And I'm seeing lots of troops. And they're doing this. The traffic's all jammed and they're trying to tell people, they're trying to tell them to go somewhere. They're blocking this. I see military on a highway and they're blocking people going somewhere. Oil, problems with oil in sea. I want to send healing and blessings out again to the animal kingdom. You know, the fish in the sea. Is it mammals? The fish. I want to send healing out because there's going to be a problem. And it's got something to do with around the North Sea, with a tankard or oil. And then they're talking about this and I'm seeing Putin. The King of Hearts. The King of Hearts. I'm getting lyrics from A2I's coming in. The King of Hearts. If anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, it's A2I. He's a little light being. And he gives us music. Prophecies. Messages for the collective. Sometimes I get them with nursery rhymes. King of... It's not the Queen of Hearts, but I'm getting the King of Hearts. He says I've got to change it to the King of Hearts. Well, that sort of makes sense because we've got a king now, haven't we? The Queen of Hearts. Lyrics. I always think of I'm getting that weird smells coming through as I think it's spirit. It's a woman. Oh, this is a song, The Queen of Hearts. Midnight and I'm waiting on the 12:05, hoping I'll take me just a little farther down the line. Moonlight, you just a headache in disguise. Won't you keep my heart from breaking if it's only for a very short time? Playing with the Queen of Hearts, knowing if it ain't really smart. The Joker ain't the only fool. You'll do anything for you, laying out another lie. Thinking about a life of crime, 'cause that's what I'll have to do to keep me away from you. It just goes on and on and on. I'm trying to see if I can find... It's a nursery rhyme, wasn't it? That's a song. Nursery rhyme. I'm rambling. This is raw me. I don't want to play the bloody nursery rhyme. The Queen of Hearts, well, I'm going to say the King of Hearts, right? He made some tarts all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, I wonder if this is Harry and Charlie. He stole the tarts and took them clean away. Something about money coming out. There's something more coming out to do with the royal family with money with Harry. The King of Hearts called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more. Wow. So there's something there coming out. I keep getting this song and
I've had it before, but I'm going to have to say it again because it's coming E2IC. I've got to say it again. Do 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 do. Mrs. Robinson. Do 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 do. Shout about it. Message for the collective. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Right, that's that. We'd like to know a little bit about you for our files. We'd like to help you learn to help yourself. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Stroll around the grounds until you feel at home. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you. Well, you know that bit. Listen to this. Hide it in a hiding place where no one else goes. Put it in your pantry with your cupcakes. It's a little secret, just the Robinsons' affair. Most of all, you've got to hide it from the kids. Cuckoo-cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. Listen to this bit. Sitting on the sofa on a Sunday afternoon. Do, 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 do. Going to the candidates' debate. Going to the candidates' debate. Laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Everywhere you look at this, you lose. Listen to this bit after the lyrics. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Joe, where have you gone, Joe? Clues, 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 clues. Woo, woo, woo. Interesting, interesting. Going to the candidates' debate. Let's do some remote viewing because I'm getting silly now. See if I can see any more. Europe's going to take the biggest. What comes off economically, because there's something going on with the banking systems, we know that, right? But what's going to fall is going to be all right because you've got like good guys working behind the scene trying to make it go as smooth as possible. So both the baddies and the goodies are breaking it to build the system, to build the new system. But the baddies, you've got still bad agents working within good, sort of organisations, and you've got good agents working within bad organisations. It's very James Bond. Very James Bond. But something is changing, something is falling, and I feel whatever takes place in Europe is going to affect the US dollar for a short time. So I'm going to turn the lights down. I think the next 3 to 6 weeks is going to be an eye-opener. We'll sort of have a lot of information out within the next 3 to 6 weeks. Could be the next 3 to 6 days. I'm sure I said in one of my last podcasts that it was Easter time. A lot's coming out by Easter, didn't I? And then just after Easter, we could have some big news to do with the Vatican, or around about that time as well. Got that lady smell coming back again. I wonder who it is. Getting a weird energy tonight. I'm just going to turn the lights down. Make sure
Chevy doors locked. It's now the midnight hour. I wonder if that could work, because I normally put my little thing on. I just do that like that. Yeah, that's good. If I'm doing that like that, I can't see anything, so I'm going to use that. Okay. Let's put these cards away. I'm just going to do some raw remote viewing, guys. I'm not going to force anything tonight. I'm just going to see what naturally comes in. I do this a lot when I'm sitting on my own. I don't always put everything out. So I'm inviting you into my kitchen. This is what it's like on Twitch, guys, isn't it? And it's just, I just share my remote visions, and then it's up to you to work it out. Like things I see, like targeted locations, stuff like that. Turn the lights down. No, sounds romantic. There's no romance going on in here. Wee writer. Never had any romance for a long, long time. Right. John Smith. Okay, so a dream I had back in 2010 has got to be prophetic. Isn't that funny? So John Smith actually dreamt about I was in this dark room where it showed me this flat screen TV. There's a new system coming in, yeah. There's a lot going on as we're sleeping in our beds at night time, guys. There's a lot happening. But there's far more good on this planet than bad, you know. We just think it's not. I think it's just because we're all getting triggered and we're feeling everybody else's panic. There's a lot more of us than them, of these sociopaths, you know what I mean? Right, okay, let's get serious here. Right, I'm going to put this over us, okay? So I'll not be able to see what you're saying or anything like that. And I'm just going to give you some, what I see, okay? And I just need darkness so I can do it. A bit like, 11 off Stranger Things. That type of thing. Okay. I ask before we start that I get true visions and answers. I'm looking within, deep within. I mean, I might not get anything. I'll just tell you what I see, Tend to always get something, even if it might not mean anything at the time, it might mean something later on. Right, I'm at the side of a large export building. It looks like an open sort of factory, and there's great big sort of barrels. This is happening now. Oil, something to do with oil or petrol, right? There could be some warning to do with fuel oil. Something's coming down, so there could be a shortage, because they're trying to take that out as well, by the way, to do with the emissions and the atmosphere. But there's something going on there, right? I can't analyse it. I've just got to tell you what I see, okay? I can't analyse that part of my brain. The people who taught me how to do this, I'm just going to tell you it. It's Russia. It's Russia. Okay. It's not a military truck, but it's like a military truck. the back's out. You know, like if you get like squaddies would jump out the back, if like an open covered truck at the back, but they're jumping out. Right, why am I getting a Russian connection and then I'm getting Syrian connection? It's Afghanistan. It's all connected. It's all connected. Okay, there's something I'm being given. I've got my guy Jed coming in here, and he's saying there's something about to go down massively within the East, the Middle East. It's coming through really, really strong. So my understanding of what I'm feeling here is, am I right on saying, is Russia in with Iran? Is Russia in with Iran, or I feel so. Got to not analyse it. Sorry, Jed keeps saying don't analyse it, go back in. Right, so they're jumping out, they've got out. Right, they're taking these people out. This is horrible. In this open place. I thought it was a factory. It's not a factory. So it's a huge complex. Huge. Like an opening, and they're moving containers, huge containers, and they're exporting them, but there's just been an attack. Oh, I'm going all funny. There's just been like an attack. There's a shooting going on. And then in this huge complex, behind the scenes, as you're going in, it's going into underground. So they're getting shot in Russia, and it's something to do with I'm getting something to do with Zelensky and Ukraine, but it's not what they're labelled as. There's like secret sort of spy agents, soldiers, whatever you want to call them. So Russia is well in there with BRICS, and he's building up his economy that way, and they're trying to get him out that way. These are bad boys. These are really bad boys. They're big, and they're super soldiers. And you're talking, you don't mess with these guys. But the Russian soldiers are just as big, just as bad. So that was like a military base. They're moving something else. It's not just, I'm seeing like the side of like a big steel container. I don't know why I'm actually seeing this, and it's really strong, and it's printed on the side of the container, and it doesn't make sense. Like I say, I'm not here to make sense of this. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. But I've actually got C19, and it's written on the side of these containers. It doesn't make sense. This is really fucked up. It's like, I don't know what I'm saying here. It's really strange. I'll go back in again. These are super soldiers, and they can connect, and they don't like it when we are looking. They're like dangerous men, trained killers. It's cold. Jed, come in and help us. I'm going in, it's like a huge tunnel. It looks like Dulcie Base, but it's not Dulcie Base. They have far advanced underground operations going on. We're not far away from the borders where this is. We're not far away from the borders of Ukraine, Russia. It's big steel containers. It's got something to do with... They look like bombs or submarines, but it's like big steel containers. Unusual shape. Sorry, it's just going again. I'm now going, the pollen is out of there and I'm running through the forest and I'm with British squaddies. They already have them there. They have them there. There is boots on the grounds. They're going in there. Are they getting chased? I'm getting a very sort of a Skinwalker Ranch feeling. Like I say, there's things we do not know. But they're getting chased by something and it doesn't feel like it's human what's chasing them. These are just random locations I'm seeing, guys. I'm going back to that lighthouse again. I gave you this a little while ago. I'm going back to the same lighthouse and it's in the middle of the sea. I believe they had dropped the squaddies off in the middle of this freezing lighthouse. And there's some operation going on and they were waiting for them to come back. Explosions in the sea. There's something going on. I'm getting a really weird feeling about Zelensky, and it's got something to do with notes, money notes. Remember, they're all playing out their part. There's a lot of reptilian energies over there. There's a lot of reptilians. Come back in again. The side door. I'm going back to that big place in Russia. And where you've got the opening, it goes down the sideway. And I'm going into this little side door where there's like a guard room or something. It's like it's got a light on, and I'm going in there, and then to the left there's a glass door, like a glass window, and then behind there there's 3 soldiers sitting with guns and that. They're low down. Something's been stormed, something's been raided. It's happening now. I've just heard, this is so funny, I've just heard like interception, and it sounds like MI6 or something, like an interception. Get out of this remote view, something we are doing. well, you shouldn't be listening into my remote view, you know what I mean? Don't tell me what to bloody do. But he's saying that it's dangerous, get out of this remote view, do something else. I want to go looking. I'm going back into the building. And it's a massive tunnel. It looks like Dulcie Base. And then it drops. It doesn't make sense. It's a huge building on ground. You're going into it. And then it drops. And it's like ocean. It doesn't make sense. There's like water there. Like a big well. Is it like an aircraft carrier on or something? Because it seems huge. Water. Aircraft carrier. Sorry guys, it's an aircraft carrier, and I thought this is huge. So I'm going like 2 different places at the same time. Purple coming in. I'm getting pushed into purple. I'm going through a forest. And I'm cold. I'm really, really cold. It's really foggy. It's freezing snow. And see a light. See a light in the forest. I'm following the light. I'm seeing a deer. She's with her babies. Underground, like under the undergrowth. Look at this light, and I'm following something, and every time I get near the light, it goes further away. And I'm seeing something, and every time I go towards the light, it gets further away. And I heard like a screech, like this horrible screech. I'm coming to a bank, and it drops into like a freezing river. Steep down, there's a river, and there's forestry on the other side, and there's like a bridge, and there's crystals, icicles coming off. This is really weird. I'm seeing this little man. He looks like a pixie type of guy, but he's a little guy. Follow me. And we're going through deeper into the forest. There's owls and that. And then we're going through, like, it looks like a strange sort of growth of tree formation, where it's gone like that, and we're going through into another land. And it's the forest what's shown us the dimensions. Going back in time. grandfather tree, the great tree of life. I am going through his trunk. I am being shown decades of pain and suffering and great floods. And he holds on. Sorry, she holds on. She, great grandmother tree of all time. She holds on to everything. The trees are the veins of Gaia. The teeth, the horns, the antennae, they hold on to the energy. So when we hurt, they hurt. She's shown me inside of our veins, of our trunk, and how we can morph into other dimensions and other frequencies, and we can change and go liquid. The world is not what we think it is. We see it as a physical world. And every cell and every structure within the tree trunk holds so much frequency, the blueprint of Earth. The trees are worried. The great grandmother tree tells me the trees are worried of Mother Gaia for what man is about to do, what could take trees out, which could destroy the whole planetary system. The baby trees are worried. They all talk to each other. She talks to the water, the ocean, the air, the breath. When you are walking through the forest, they read you. The forest, the woods, they read you. They whisper. They sing. They dance. They cry. They laugh. They entwine by making love, by moving their branches, moving their arms, moving the frequency, collecting the love energy. This is great grandmother tree. She wants to send a message through to the collective of Earth. There is great evil to take place on your planet. But you must not worry, humanity. I am the great grandmother tree of the tree of life that is spoken. There is many of us planted across the galaxies. There is another 7 worlds out there, just like Mother Earth. We connect through the atmosphere. We telepathically send messages. Within your time that you have lived on Earth, you have witnessed great change, and now you are at a point where you are worried with fear and anguish, hurt and pain. The number system is placed around Earth to entrap humanity,
You were being told that you were born with a number, the number that you lived, you were born. Everything is numbers. The weight, the date, the time. We live in a frequency, the trees of earth, without the numbers. We are free. We are the free beings of earth. And we come here and join tonight to tell you we pick up on war, we pick up on suffering, but man and woman will survive. And you each assigned here to come here to Mother Earth to witness this great change, to take back your control. For decades we have been hurt. For centuries we have been hurt by man's pollution. You will learn and change this planet. I need to tell you to try to live like a tree's energy just for 3 hours a day, if you can. We understand this is hard in your daily life. Try not to look at any clocks, time, televisions, computers. Be around nature, or at least 1 hour a day. Walk through our land, and we will connect and raise your vibrations with the tree energy, the grandmother tree energy. And then you will start to connect with outer realms and star races. It is not about other people on other planets and aliens, as you call it. This is about we are all the same. Only because you have been told, you, the man who talks, you, the man who listens, the intelligent being. The Creator also made us intelligent, for we that we do not speak with mouth or tongue does not mean that we cannot think or feel. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, the Creator. I have been here for centuries. I have lived through ice ages and beyond. And my sisters stand on other planets. There is 2 more of my sisters planted around the globe, and we communicate. One stands in Africa.
One stands in Korea, North Korea, in the hills. And myself, I am in the Amazon jungle. You could never find me. We hide in dimensions. Like this medium has taken you through another dimension, through the woods. Layers and layers and layers of existence, of creation, all happening at once. So you, as the light beings of Earth, must all come together and raise the vibration and speak of what you want, not what you do not want. And you will change the frequency of Earth. This will help us all. For if the timelines change, we will burn, we will become extinct. And yes, they can bring forth technology to recreate us, but we are the authentic ones, and I represent all the trees of Earth and humanity. Namaste. Now going back through the misty forest. I'm waving to her, I'm bowing to her. She's the queen of the queens of the galaxy, of all the trees. Namaste, my dear, for now. Goodbye. Did you just enjoy that? God. Well, that was a bit of a strange one, wasn't it? I think I was diverted from that Russian thing. I think there was something going on in Russia at the minute. Watch for it to come out in the news. Some explosion or something, you're going to hear or something. But the diverted way, I was taken into the woods to show you something. They like to communicate. Bit of a strange one tonight, guys, isn't it? Hope you have enjoyed that. It's now 2:30 nearly a.m. We should try and do an all-nighter one night, shouldn't we? I've just seen, like, being in the forest there, I've just seen, like, a lot of creatures of the woods we don't know. Been a lot of sightings of wolves in the UK. Makes you wonder if they're all coming through from different dimensions. I just feel like the sense I was getting of a female smell was actually the great grandmother tree where I was picking up. Like a woody, musky smell. Hope you some enjoyed that. Ducks follow you when you go for walks. Dire wolves, yeah. I thought Lady would have been with us. I've got a lady coming in now. She wants to do, let's do a prayer for everybody. For healing. Bubble bath time for you, wee waiter? That's good. Let's send a prayer. And I've got Lady Direwolf coming in, and she's doing like a wolf. Ooh, this is really powerful, this. She's doing like a, you know, when wolves go, woo, it's like something's going to happen. She's coming in to bring you peace, love and protection. And that wolf energy that you all need. You may start having, if you want, start getting huge downloads soon. She's giving you that wolf energy if you want to. I thank you, Michael. Oh, let's get this. I thank you, Michael. I thank you, Uriel. I thank you, Gabriel. I thank you, Raphael. I thank you, Lord and Lady Moon Goddess, tonight. I thank Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, HOI. He's been through as well. It's been quite a big one tonight, hasn't it? And Great Grandmother Tree. Is anybody else? I want to send healing and blessings out to anybody who needs help tonight, who needs healing. Write your name in the comments section. If you're worried about anybody or you're worried about yourself, anything at all you're worried about, if say it even finances or health, just write it down. You will receive it from the archangels. They will send you it. Don't feel guilty asking for help when all this horribleness is going on around the world, because angels can be at any one place, any one time. They are magical beings. We are living in very strange times, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. And also I want to send peace and love and protection out to everybody in Ukraine, all our armed forces on both sides. And we don't like the idea of anybody dying from any side. I want to send healing and blessings out to the homeless, to the sick, to any children, who are, in a dangerous situation. Keep all the children safe of earth, all the animals, and of course the trees. And may God protect our forces and diffuse anything that could take place this year, that they can change the timelines, because I believe that Mother Grandmother Tree has shown us tonight that there is different timelines and timelines can change. I hope you have enjoyed that, guys. You have to comment on the link below, because I think that algorithms aren't being very kind with me at the minute, and like a lot of YouTubers, something strange is going on there as well. So if you give us a comment, it helps with the algorithms. And I hope you have had a good night. And I'll be back on Tuesday. So my plan is to stream 3 times a week. I need to go make a cup of tea and I need to find out what's happening behind the scenes before I go to bed to do with this Twitch thing. It's quite late over here. Crystal, yeah, possibly. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, and thank you, moderators. But I have changed it on Twitch for it to go back to, it should be fine. Maybe it just couldn't be changed halfway through the stream.
But good night and be strong, guys. It's a big week ahead. But we just need to watch everything slowly fall into place. Remember, we have to look within to raise the vibration. So I hope that's helped. I'm off to make a cup of tea. I don't want to leave you. But I need to go and get my pyjamas on and make a cup of tea. I think I'm going to have some Vegemite on toast. I think I fancy that. And I'll be back on Tuesday night. And may the force all be with you all. Watch the skies, guys. Watch the skies. Watch for strange crafts. Make your moderator. God, it's going up too fast. I'll make you moderator next time you come on. Just live in the here and the now. And yeah, love is the most powerful force in the universe. Never mind hatred and war. Love is the most powerful. And I'll leave that one with you tonight. And you are all protected. Thank you, moderators. Good night. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I'm still getting used to this streaming, but I'm getting there. I'll see you Tuesday night. Goodbye now. Now, how do I get out of here? A2R, you can't have a cookie. Not that kind of cookie anyway. He's beeping on. He's going on about... What? He's going about the White House. He's saying something's happening there as well. Funny little guy, him, like A to I. I'll see you